Hello everyone and welcome to East-West Draftcast, forcing the issue blue-green splash black Mill Yourself deck. I'm Spencer and I will be drafting said deck in Innistrad draft format. It's kind of a fun deck, kind of quirky, a lot of interesting cards that go into it. And this first pack, the first thing jumping out of me is the Grasp of Phantasms. Powerful card in general. The Excommunicate effect is always a good one, especially in Innistrad format, which is, I think, really tempo-based, and the flashback obviously behooves you to have it in the graveyard. Other cards that are useful for the deck are the Spirit, however, not really integral. Prey Upon is also pretty good, and the Wolf isn't bad, not particularly in this deck. Rare as crap. This card isn't bad, except we're not going to be playing that much black. Happy to take the Grasp of Phantasms. I think it's arguably one of the better cards in this pack, and it fits in our deck. Excuse me. This pack is pretty unexciting. None of these cards particularly fit with our theme very well. They're obviously one green card, one blue card, and none of them are particularly applicable. Pack's kind of underpowered anyways. The best card in it, maybe Cloistered Youth. Cloistered Youth isn't that sweet. Bump in the Night, I think, has its moments. I don't really foresee myself playing any of these cards, to be honest, and I don't really foresee myself needing to hate any. So I'm just going to be an asshole and take the rare, but that's disappointing. This pack has an option in Forbidden Alchemy. Is quite a good card in the Mill Yourself deck. Obviously, it lets you put 3 cards in your graveyard and draw 1, and you has the splash black aspect of the deck for flashback costs. Again, Prey Upon isn't particularly bad, but I think in this case I'm going to go with the Alchemy because it's an enabler to Mill Yourself. Still not looking particularly sweet. However, we have Spider Spawning, which is pretty sizable bomb for this sort of deck. I think in your initial casting of it, you're going to get 7 to 8 spiders, and then flashing it back, you can probably do at least that, if not better. I'd like to have an Amulet in this deck at some point. The Rare is kind of a cute card. However, not applicable. Obviously goes in the zombie deck, not our deck. So we're going to go ahead and take Spider Spawning and be pretty stoked about that, because that is a windmill slam for this deck. And if we're getting it 4th pick, that's a good sign. Obviously, the Spider Spawning requires other cards to enable it and actually turn it on, creature cards in the graveyard. And there are some efficient ones that we can get in this format. This is a pretty good pack for us. Both the uncommons are playable. The Geist, 3/3 for 5, flying creature with upside, always good in every limited format. Dissipate, reprint is definitely playable. However, both the common and blue common cards, the Think Twice and the Silent Departure, fit in our deck rather well. I think the Departure has a little bit of an edge over the Think Twice. Like I said before, tempo is pretty key in being able to bounce creatures and flash it back from your graveyard is quite solid. The Moon Heron is also worth noting. However, I'm going to take the Departure. This pack is kind of poor. I think pretty highly a Spectral Flight. However, in this deck, I don't think it's very strong. This guy, the Lumberknot, is okay. Not particularly in having a bunch of creatures die, but there are some instances where this guy gets out of control pretty fast. And Hexproof is quite the bitch to deal with. I think I'm going to go and take him. Curse isn't really applicable. It can't really curse yourself. The Kinder Catch is just pretty vanilla, not very sweet. None of their cards are really playable, so remember not it is. Civilized Scholar is pretty good in our format. Obviously, milling yourself and looting is the powerful thing to do, especially if you're discarding creatures and turning them into the homicidal brute. Then you can activate your spider spawning. Dissipate's also pretty good. I'd be happy with this. Ravings kind of sucks, and the rest of it isn't quite applicable to us. So, Civilized Scholar. Oh, jeez, this pack not very good. Tribute to Hunger is actually a pretty good card. I might think about playing that if we're splashing black. Nothing else is really jumping out at me. The Burning Vengeance has its own deck, but I'm not going to play red. So let's take the Tribute, and we're pretty stoked with that. Not much in this pack. None of these cards are particularly playable. I guess conceivably the Flail is, if you put them on an Invisible Stalker, maybe. Not for us. Let's just take a rare card. Nothing really applicable. Trader's Blood isn't bad, and I actually like the Scarecrow a lot. I don't know if I like it main deck in the Mill Yourself deck, but I'm happy to have that on the sideboard. I think the Wolf is pretty good in general, and then the Wreath of Geists I don't think is that bad in this deck for getting a lot of creature cards in the graveyard. Not really stoked to play it, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it anyways. Corpse Lunge is a pretty solid card. Actually, a little surprised to see that around. So, I think that, be happy with it. And none of these cards are playable. So black's looking like it might be a little more than a splash. Corpse Lunge definitely playable. Tribute to Hunger definitely playable. Alright. I always drink coffee while I draft Innistrad. Angel of Flight Alabaster is a 4/4 flying for 5 with upside. It's always good. However, we're not playing white. Goliath is a little bit counterintuitive. However, probably want to play one Scob type card in this deck. Other things to mention are Sensory Deprivation, which is a card I like a lot. And it's kind of a faller in my book, the Mystics, but it's not a bad card. It's so is Lost in the Mists. Fortunately, these cards really jump out at us. The Travel Preparations is worth noting as a pretty solid card. However, we're not particularly going to be playing it. Since we're not playing white. So is Ghoul. I think it's really between the Vigil, which I'll be able to get later, the Goliath, Deprivation get later, and the Mystics. And this guy. I think I'm going to go with the Goliath. This pack is not very good. Into the Moth, Hell is a pretty sweet card. Not playing red. Curse of Death's Hold is also quite sweet. Not going to be playing double black, unfortunately. Although, the way this draft is going, double black's looking like more and more of an option. Nothing in here really fits our theme very well. Sage's Apprentice doesn't really do anything for us. It's between that and Curse. Don't really want to play double black. I just want to splash it. And Sage's Apprentice doesn't really excite me at all. But I'm going to take Sage's Apprentice just because I don't want to play double black. Still not looking very sweet. Nothing really mills yourself here at all. None of these cards are the cards we're looking for. Sensory Deprivation is worth noting. And Deadweight is a pretty sweet card. And with two solid black spells on the deck already, what's another black card? Murder Crows, 4/4 flying with upside, 5, always sweet card. The Deranged Assistant is an enabler, and I think it's something we have to take in this case just to start milling cards. We're trying to force the issue, although I'd be stoked to have this Murder of Crows. This is a point of contention. Spirit's also worth noting, but I think I'm going to take the Assistant because we're trying to mill ourselves. Another Corpse Lunge. Bat is not bad, but I think I'm going to take the Ambush Viper It always obviously trades with a creature it blocks. It's green instant removal, cheap, efficient, creature in the yard, helps enable spider spawning. I think these two cards play really well together in this deck, and I'm pretty happy to have Ambush Viper, especially to go along with spider spawning. Pretty poor. The mulch is good in our deck. Knows yourself, helped you find land. I'm pretty happy to play 1 mulch. 2 is probably a little excessive, but since this is our first one, I'm going to draft it and be happy. This is a pretty solid pack. Victim of Night is a good card. The Geists, talked about earlier, 3/3 flying with upside for 5. Always good. Claustrophobia, however, is just solid removal. This is a functional reprint of various things, or similar to it, and I'm happy to first pick this card. I'll probably take it over most things other than maybe a spider spawning, but this late in the pack, I'm going to take this Claustrophobia and be pretty stoked. Knot of the Bone is one of the reasons why this deck ends up being so powerful, is because this card can essentially get picked last with consistency and can win you games, gains you upwards of 10 life per casting. Awesome in a race. Nothing else really worth noting here. Sleuth is not really relevant, and none of the white cards are that good, so we'll take the Knot of the Bone and play one of them and be stoked. I'm getting some good value here on the wheel. I like both the Sensory Deprivation and the Lost in the Mists. I'd take the Lost in the Mists if I had crap, the name escapes me now. The one guy that the one cast cost guy that transforms into a 3/2 flyer. It's on my tongue. I can't remember him now. But instance enable him, and I take Lost in the Mist if I had him already. But I'm gonna take Sensory Deprivation because it's essentially removal. Not particularly anything playable in this pack. I'm gonna take Trader's Blood as I hate drafts. Happy to have Sensory Deprivation 2. And this is particularly playable. Again. So this is turning out okay. Got 1 spider spawning, which is kind of key. A couple enablers, Sylvar's Scholar, and the assistant enables. I also have 1 alchemy, which is always good. A couple of black cards I definitely want to play, so looking like I need to start valuing some mana fixing higher. Traveler's Amulet is going to be high on my list. And this pack is sort of nuts. The Mind Shrieker. I'm going to go ahead and start with that one. This card is essentially the ultimate card you want to open in this format. Enables you, it makes itself bigger, kills its opponent, it's cheap, it's efficient. This card, other than spider spawning, is probably, actually more so than spider spawning, this is quite the ridiculous bomb in the Know Yourself format, and I don't think I'd pick any card in Innistrad over it off the top of my head, although that's not entirely true. Other things worth noting are Civilized Scholar, Corpse Lunge, talked about all these cards before, Ambush Viper, and the Boar are all pretty good. Lantern Spirit is also pretty nice. I'm a fan of blue-white flyers in this format, and I do like the Lantern Spirit in that deck. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Mind Shrieker. Let's see. Oh, Delver of Secrets. Duh, I knew that. That's the card I was thinking of earlier. Pack's pretty underwhelming. Burial Rites is okay, but that's really starting to get a lot of black cards. Flashing it back for white isn't appealing. Could have had a pretty sweet zombie deck if I was doing that at this point. A couple of neat zombie rares. I like the secrets, and I like the Boar. 4 casting cost is looking like it has a lot less playables than 1 casting cost. Let's see here. I think I'm going to just go ahead and go with the Delver because I have a lot of instants and I plan on getting more. So that'll enable him easier. And the more Delvers you get, the more you want to play more instants. Another one of these guys, Lumber Knot, is okay. Talked about it before. Not really stoked to have 2 of them in this deck. Knot of the Bone will likely wheel. Rebuke's a fine card. Bump of the Night's a fine card. But I'm going to take Delver 2 and start placing an emphasis on instants and sorceries. Let's see. Not looking particularly sweet. The Boneyard Worm is good in certain circumstances with this deck. However, we have a lot of creatures to go with it. The Monstrosity is monstrous and not particularly the card I'm looking for this deck. Sensory Deprivation number 3 isn't particularly necessary at this point, and the Guile doesn't particularly help us. I'm going to go take the Spirit. I like the quick evasion creatures that can get in some damage and then get killed and then enable spider spawning and Gnaw to the Bone. I think the Spirit is just fine. Taking Gnaw to the Bone, so I'm definitely going to get one of these back probably. Someone take the Mountain, I guess. The Pike is okay. I don't think Equipment fits very well in this deck. It doesn't enable Delver, and not a creature is what you want. Deadweight I think is okay, but we're getting down here in the last pack and not seeing a lot of fixing, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Range Assistant. Another Enabler, and it accelerates you. This pack's pretty strong though. The Spirit is good, the Torch is good, the Hound is good. Both the green cards are good, and the Deadweight I would first pick. So this is a pretty strong pack, but I'm going to take the Assistant again. Not much here. Bump of the Night, Unruly Mob in a human deck. The Blade is kind of a faller for me. Had this got the pre-release, thought highly of it, but just kind of slow, inconsistent. None of these cards are really awesome. Fox is a bear with an upside, so that's always good. Grimace is not particularly sweet creature enchantment. I'm just going to take the Blade because it's potentially playable, although I don't see myself playing it. Moonheron has its upsides, and I'd be happy to take that if there wasn't an armored Scob in this pack, which is one of the common enablers for this deck. Good defensive creature, put some cards in your graveyard, happy to take that. Another Mulch, I already have a Mulch, don't really need to play 2. This guy's pretty sweet, I like this guy a lot. First Strike is always a sweet ability in Limited, and especially on a common dude for 2 with 3 power. But I'm going to take the second Enabler. This also might be worth discussing later. Mulch, second Mulch versus second Enabler. I'm thinking just take the creature. Excuse me. Spirit made a background. Happy to have evasive cheap flyers that can save themselves. Ancient Grudge, Constructed Staple, Burning Vengeance, Q deck, and Feeling of Dread can definitely blow you out if you're not expecting it. But Spirit, welcome to the deck. Nothing really playable here. I'll take the Shovel because I guess it's sideboard tech against us. Don't really see myself playing 2 Gnaw to the Bones, but I'll take it in case I'm facing a really aggressive deck. Memory's Journey is an interesting card. I've never actually played it in this deck before, but I think it might be worth testing out, so I'm going to take that. Trips on the Bone, why not? So this deck turned out, I think, alright. Got some enablers. I got a spider spawning, which is the bomb, as well as Mind Shrieker, which is the rare bomb. So, don't have any mana fixing, which is bad, obviously. Wanted a Traveler's Amulet, or the green one is. A couple Delvers in there. Sensory Deprivations. We'll try that one out. A lot of playables. And we'll pass on the Wreath. I guess mulch is kind of mana fixing. Just one gnaw. And then we'll put these black cards in for now, but I have a feeling I'm just going to be cutting them. So at 27 cards right now. Count this as a creature. Alright, 27 cards, 14 creatures. Or, you know what, since we have these guys, I always forget that this is an enabler for Delver of Secrets, so we'll put it down there for now. Need to make 4 cuts. Let's see here. Cards I'm thinking about cutting are the black cards and Memory's Journey and Stitcher's Apprentice. I'd like to have some more creatures, but I don't really see the Stitcher's Apprentice getting us anywhere. As far as targeted removal goes, I'm not really concerned if any of my early guys dies. This guy can't be targeted, so let's get the Apprentice out of here. Black cards are all pretty sweet. I think I might play a heavier black contingent, maybe play a couple of swamps. Might be pushing a little bit though. I feel a lot better if I had some more direct mana fixing. But the dead weight is just so good, and so is this, the Corpse Lunge, and it also enables Delver of Secrets. I'm actually thinking I might cut a Sensory Deprivation, just because the enchantments are getting a lot of control here. But the Goliath is also noteworthy of cutting because of, like I said, that obvious inherent unsynergy, I guess, and exiling creatures from my graveyard. Also, it's the slowest creature in the deck. They'll take me down to 12 creatures plus the spider spawning. Yeah, I haven't been really too impressed with the Goliath in this deck recently. That could be a mistake. So let me make 2 cuts, kind of like on my black cards. Memory's Journey is worth cutting maybe, but I want to test it out. You can always use this on lands. That's poor. I don't think this card's particularly good. Let's cut the Memory's Journey. And everything else is pretty good up until this point. These are all enablers. All these creatures, I think, are definitely making a cut. This would be the one creature I think about cutting, but I don't want to go to 11 creatures. It's pretty slim. I think 12 to 14 is about where you want to be with this deck. So I think it's going to be either Sensory Deprivation or gotta be Sensory Deprivation. I don't really see much else worth cutting. Silent Departures are integral to this deck. Grasp of Phantasms are as well. Good to mill, good tempo cards. 1 mulch, 1 out of the bone is where you want to be with both those cards. And I'm going to play all 3 of the black cards and maybe play a couple of swamps and then try to draw 1 with mulch. So let's cut a Sensory Deprivation and then we can side that in against more aggressive decks, I suppose. Three swamps, 4 forests, 10 islands. Doesn't seem right. 4, 7, 3. Yeah. Got a lot of green. I think I might just want to play 2 swamps. 2 swamps, 9 forests. That's 16. I'm going to play 3 swamps. Getting to 2 green for this guy isn't entirely important. The blue is really what I need to be. First turn blue spells, you can see, are pretty important. This is actually kind of tough for mana fixing. Really wish I had a Traveler's Amulet. Make things so much easier. I think 9 islands is where I want to be. I don't think there's much of a difference mathematically between 9 and 10 islands in getting to my blue cast cost stuff. I could conceivably even run 8 islands and do 3 and 6. Have some green flashback stuff with spider spawning and alchemy. I mean, some black flashback stuff, excuse me. And also, at the Silent Departure, the Grasp of Phantasms. Also, I believe. Nope, doesn't. Alright, well, 2 black flashback cards and 3 black spells that I want to cast. My mana curve's pretty good. 1 double green and 1 double blue card. I think this is the way I want to go with lands. The difference between 8 and 10 islands isn't particularly important. So let's just call that a day. I think you do want to play first with this deck. And it's a pretty good hand. Wish I had a force, but I don't think it's worth quite mulliganing, so we'll keep it. Some other removal. Some really ways to loot some of these extra islands away. Can accelerate into some forecast cost stuff if that comes up. Oh, double green card. Not what you want to see. It's really good to get the Lumberknot out early and then just wait on him, because oftentimes you can end up trading a bunch of creatures with your opponent and have him not be involved in combat, and he just gets pretty out of control. And obviously at that point he is pretty much impossible to deal with. This guy gets out of control pretty fast too. First strike obviously trumps my Ambush Viper. Let's go the Civilized Scholar route? Or no, let's go the Claustrophobia route and see where we get to. Options are Civilized Scholar and Claustrophobia in this guy. Don't mind taking one. Well, yeah, let's do Civilized Scholar. Spider Spawn in the graveyard. Not particularly what I want to see. You kind of want to cast that twice. We'll play an island. But I'm happy to have it in the graveyard. Can get 1 good activation out of it. I think even if you get 1 activation of Spider Spawning, you don't necessarily flash it back, you're going to be pretty far ahead. You're going to get so many spiders out there that even if your opponent can block profitably, you are still going to be netting damage on him. Huh. Okay. Just makes my claustrophobia all the better. Still happy to take 3 this turn. Okay, buddy. Swamp, not bad. Let's claustrophobia up some dudes. And don't need to loot this turn. You can do it to his end step and pitch something like this guy to it. Doing a mistake. Might have wanted to loot first before I played the swamp. In case I drew a forest, then I could have green man open to cast Ambush Viper. If you play something hasty, one of those guys. Okay, I can deal with that somehow. Time to loot. Oh, yeah, discard this guy. Not getting here anytime soon. Get an island. And Tribute to Hunger. Not very awesome. Tribute to Hunger and Claustrophobia don't play well together. So we can keep this island. which is not actually what it was. Although I guess it gets better when this guy flips. So I don't think we'd cast anything. It's okay, because I will flip him again. Can't profitably attack into a first strike guy. I guess he doesn't. I guess Tribute Hunger doesn't get better when this guy flips. I don't even necessarily know if I'd want to cast it now. Looking very poor. Blocking doesn't quite net me anything. I just need 2 Ambush Vipers to block effectively. We'll save all this. Forced is not bad. I think I kind of need to cast something this turn just to prevent this guy from flipping. So let's do that. Then maybe I can ambush Viper him, this guy, next turn. So I milled away my Forbidden Alchemy. And I already played a land. So now I'm kind of hoping to trade Ambush Viper for this guy and take 3 and maybe try to loot into something more preferable next turn. Tarnbreaker Devils. This guy's got a pretty solid deck. Nothing to bring back with it though, so maybe I want to wait on the Viper to bring it into the Devils. Definitely something we're thinking about. Otherwise I take 6. What are my outs for the Devils? Not much, but I think I want to trade the Snake for this guy anyways. Otherwise I'm going to get just too far behind in life if I wait to try to trade him for the Devils. Don't need another forest or anything, so we'll discard it. Oh, yay, another forest. So, with one creature in the yard, 2 creatures in the 3 creatures in the yard, I can maybe start doing stuff. Nothing really that advantageous for me though. Spider spawning gets me 3 dudes. I can block this guy and then chump some other dudes. Definitely something worth thinking about. Cost 7. Can't do it this turn. Oh, I can do it this turn. Let's spider spawn and we'll stop this guy from hurting me. Maybe I'll build a creature. Oh, an island. Where'd he go? Three dudes from spider spawning isn't ideal, but this guy came out swinging. So, double block this guy, take that guy and go to 10. no way to have this guy. Well, that's a moot point. Let's mill myself or loot myself anyways. Get some more islands. Awesome. Okay. And your Charmbreaker Devils is an 8/4. It's always nice. Well, I can chump it for a turn. Still put 2 spiders in front of this guy. And he can kill off 1, obviously, with first strike. Bring the devils, or bring them both. Oh, just this guy. Use some more burn. You have anything in your graveyard? No. Alright. So we'll just triple block him just to be safe, I guess. In case he kills off 1. You can get potentially 5. Yeah, let's triple block him just to be safe. Could be a mistake, depending on what he has. But I'm fine to sacrifice a couple of tokens for his first strikey guy. And then hopefully have a token left over to chump. And then what? I don't know. Draw the Mind Shrieker? That'd be useful. Sometimes it helps play with your graveyard out like this with this deck. Oh, Forest. That's relevant. Then again, sometimes you just get shafted. I can cast some Alchemy, but I think it's worth seeing what he does on his turn. Definitely cast Gnaw to the Bone or Alchemy during his end step. He can get his Brimstone Volley back. Man, that is pretty nasty. Right. Need to find a way to deal with the devils. Not sure how I'm going to do that. Tribute to Hunger. Could have done it. I guess I can bounce his devils. Doesn't really deal with it. Alright. Let's cast some Forbidden Alchemy. 2, 3, 4, which does cost 5, 6, 7. Flashback. We'll take the Mind Shrieker and then put the rest of these cards in my graveyard. So I got 3 lands and that guy, and now his Charmbreaker Devils is huge. So it doesn't seem likely that I'll be able to outrace this. However, Mind Shrieker can potentially make itself large enough to sustain 3 damage. And maybe I can mill him to death. But a 5/5 trample kind of puts a damper on that plan. Now we need some more mana. So let's cast Mind Shrieker. The good thing about this card is you can do it as many times as you want. And then if you can hit with it a bunch of times, get lucky. Mind Shrieker gets quite grande. So I can use it 3 times. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to be milling him. And then hopefully trying to stay alive. Maybe with Gnaw to the Bone is the new strategy. Don't die. Make this guy large enough to profitably block someone. That's fine. Gonna try to blow up my Mind Shrieker. Or think about it for a while. See, if I cast Spire Spawning, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. That's 12 life. So we can cast the things, the Ember Volley as an instant and make this guy bigger. So I think I need to do this. See where it gets me. I can take 13, 14, so I have to block somebody. 5/5 is pretty good. Let's keep going. One land, not very good. Keep going. 7/7, even better. So he can kill it with the Ember Volley, and I have to block here. And I think he can hit players with that? He can hit players with that. So I have to block something. Let's block here, and then we can trade, and this guy dies. And I can block here. Let me think about this. So I can block this big guy, block this guy, and take 5 trample, and my guy lives. I think that's what I want to do. I'm confused here. Why can't you block? What am I missing? Creature puts out card and one of your manable human monk. Why can this not guy be blocked? Oh, because he's not attacking. Okay, well, that'd be a good reason. So I can still block here, take 5, 8 maybe, and live. She deals 8 to this, and that's not good. Yeah, I'll just take that damage, and then nod the bone next turn. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's not bad. He's definitely going to try to burn my guy out at some point during my turn, so I need to save mana to pump him. Casting Spirit I don't think behooves me at this point. I need to I can cast Spirit, chump block that guy, and let's see here, cast Spirit, he burns it out, gets this card back, and then I'm just 2 damage down. I think I need to save the mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think I need to save the mana to pump my Mind Shrieker. So if he tries to burn my Mind Shrieker in response, I still have a blocker. I think I want to cast Spirit and maybe get my Knot of the Bone to be a little more advantageous. That could be a mistake. Depends on what he does. It's a gamble, but I'm kind of looking for the chump blocker, and maybe cast a spell to maybe prevent that guy from flipping. So end step, didn't want to do it. Seems like a mistake. Didn't cast the Ember Volley during my end step. Could have even gone to my dome with it and got it back. Maybe I'm missing something here, but like I said, seems like a mistake. Guy's a 4/4. So let's mill and see how big we can get this guy to be. 3/3. Get some Moon Mist and a Bonds of Faith out of there. Just Moon Mist, and still have. Let's see, I chump block here and take 9. That doesn't help. I think I have the Knot of the Bone, jump block, and take 9 still. I have to do this before I can gain the life. So let's cast Knot of the Bone. Go to 21, and then chump block here. I suppose he can blow up my Mind Shrieker now. But that's the price you pay. Armor Scout doesn't really get me anywhere. Go out of the boat again. I'm definitely going to mill myself before I mill him. This deck is quite bomb and fusey. This is the third time I've played the Mill Yourself deck, and I'm just kind of not impressed with it. On paper, it seems like the cards you need to make good would come around a lot more frequently than you do. Seems like you'd be getting these guys and other common stuff, such as this and this. Left and right, but I don't know if it's just bad luck or what. They're not as frequent as I'd like them to be. So let's absorb some damage here. I don't know what out I'm looking for. Grasps is a thing. I think I'm just wasting time, but might as well play at the end. One thing I've learned through my years of playing Magic is don't fuck up and cast sorceries during your opponent's turn. Well, I was dead either way. What I was going to say was don't end the game, don't scoop until you're 100% dead and make them kill you. This deck isn't overwhelmingly aggressive. Sensory Deprivation, I think it will be fine, as well as maybe another Knot of the Bone. But I think I like my build better against his specific deck. Definitely had a little bit of a sloppy game there. I'm under the impression that he made a mistake or two as well. But as I was saying earlier, I think the blue-green Mill Yourself deck is just pretty underwhelming in this format. I think when we've done other Force the Issue events on East-West Draftcast, the green-white enchantment deck in M12 was just a bit stronger. This deck can get cute at times, and if you get some pretty sweet draws and you can start milling yourself early, get off a big spider spawning. That's the key, is getting off a big spider spawning early. Then it can be pretty powerful, but it's really subjective to how you draw, and it's not very versatile. And if you draw poorly, you're just going to be on the ropes the whole time. Whereas other decks in this format, I think if you draw poorly, you can still have a puncher's chance at, at worst, to get out of it. But had an interesting game with this deck last night. I played against a Milieu blue-black deck, and it was kind of fun. I just sideboarded in 10 cards and ended up getting there, seeing as he was facilitating me. And maybe I'm speaking from kind of that as experience for where the power of this deck comes from, but the times that I haven't been playing against mill decks, it seemed pretty underpowered, so I would still like to play it first. Mulligan to 6. A couple of black lands, a forest. This hand's not ideal, but I'm gonna take it. Some early removal. Ambush Viper, Deadweight. Hopefully stem his early onslaught. Keeps some mana around to hopefully make him sacrifice his Charmbreaker Devils once he gets it. I think that's the card that I really just need to kill as opposed to tap. An island would be sweet to draw here next turn. Should note that I only have 13 minutes left. Probably have to play a little bit quicker. That is fine. Island. Happy to block with my 1/4 all day. Again, mill the spider spawning. Not entirely happy about that. And grasp. And incision deprivation. Poor interactions here with the Edicts card that with this card doesn't really play well together. Although a 3/1 first strike is just as bad as a 4/1 first strike versus my dude. Get some run out here, see if that gets me anywhere. So I'm very happy to start sacrificing Ambush Vipers. You see why I like this card so much in this deck, because it gets so much value trading for their cards and fuels spider spawning. Always happy to play a bunch of Ambush Vipers. In fact, I think this is a card we didn't really talk about too much in This Is Poor. His first striker guy is getting much larger. 5/1. I want to take 5 damage. I don't think so. Seeing as I can just deadweight it next turn. I mean, yes, I do want to take 5 damage. Draw some more lands. Kill some dudes. Get some counters. Hey, I'll actually attack. How about that? Worrying about any hasty stuff, so we'll drop the Scholar. That guy is just fine. I'll play the Forest. Oh, I'll play the Forest. I don't think I really want to attack into that guy. He could flip him, attack him, I could bounce him. All sorts of crazy stuff could happen next turn, so let's see where that gets me. Why don't you flip him, use all your green mana to attach this thing, and I'll Ambush Viper him. That would be sweet. If not, I think I have to Silent Departure him if he does not tap his green mana out. Obviously he knows I have the Viper, so to make quite the novice player, so he must be playing around it. Having this red mana for that guy. That's fine. Can't Silent Departure it. It's sorcery. Gotta remember that. Quite alright. Still don't want to take... Oof. Okay, guess I'm not blocking with those guys. You don't want to tap your last green mana? Sure. You take 7, go to 8. Really help me at all. Don't want to chump with the Goyf. I think I'll just go to 8. Can Silent Departure him next turn. Islands are fine. Or I could grasp him for 8. Cannot do that. Let's Silent Departure. I should have thought this through better and flipped my Scholar during his end step. But I think I'd rather have Ambush Viper to ambush with. Then use it to facilitate flipping the Scholar. If I do something less synergistic, like another one of these guys, I wouldn't mind flipping the Scholar with it. If he recasts the same dude, I might be willing to flip the Scholar just to kind of put him on a shorter clock and flip it with the Ambush Viper, because in that way I'll have 8 damage on the board, so I'll have him dead in 2 turns, and if I draw the land I can bounce his dude for 2 turns. So that looks like a strategy, is if he does it. Well, if he casts any creature, I think I'm probably going to go and do that. Wolf is fine. Not going to equip. Well, I'm still going to try it. Get a Claustrophobia. Discard my Ambush Viper. I'm guessing he has some sort of trick. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I am going to silently depart that guy. Now, what do you got for 2 red mana? Nothing. Yet. Geistflame, perhaps? Well, I'll make my Goyf bigger. So now if I draw a land, I can still Grasp, or I can Claustrophobia, even if I don't. Wolf Part 2. Must have some tricks. Still not equipping the blade. Maybe just bluffing tricks. Land, I think, equates to grasping his dude because he knows I have it. I can save Claustrophobia for a rainy day. And block his draw. This is when Grasp of Phantasms is an absolute backbreaker. That's fine. I thought you had something. Still got you on quite the clock, bro. He's gonna draw his wolf. Wish I had enough mana to cast this guy. But I think even if I can't kill him next turn, I'll be able to get there in 2 turns with this guy. Spider spawning, also somewhat viable. Have 2 dudes in the yard. Guys, just fine with me. Tapping out. Okie dokie, artichoke. So all the cards on the table, literally. Keep the island, so play that. Can tap this dude down, and he'll trade with either one of these. Let's do that. Tap you. He has to trade here. Go to 1. This guy gets larger, and then I'll have him dead on board with both the Spirit and the Goyf next turn. Block, Goyf with Wolf. Leon's getting larger. Get me some Spirit up in this biznatch. Draw, scoop. have to deal with 3 threats this turn. So that was somewhat efficient. It wasn't quite ideal. Didn't really mill myself for victory. Could have cast Spider Spawning for, I think, 2 dudes. Not really what I want to do. I think he's seen all my tricks at this point. But I'll take it. Win's a win. Not bad. It's not the greatest hand, but I got all my colors. First turn Delver is always sweet. Second turn Mind Shrieker is even better. I don't know. The point is, I don't know if I want to mill him or me with the Mind Shrieker. I think I just want to mill him. It's an interesting situation. But if I can flip the Delver, I think milling him is the way to go. Obviously, I'll have him dead through 2 methods, some flying damage, and cards in his graveyard. No red mana for him at this point, so I'm not really fearing burn. Though he could have red mana and burn in his hand. Don't reveal that island. That's a bummer. But I will play a forest and attack you for 1. Hopes of coaxing out something. Oh, it's an ambush! You tricksy hobbitses. Let's see that first game. Well, let's go Mind Shrieker. So if you get some red mana, I have to save my lands to save the Mind Shrieker. He has mana in his hand and burn in his hand. Screwed either way. But if Mind Shrieker lives through this turn, I think I just got to save mana up to protect him until I get 4. A Bonds of Faith. That's okay. Now I'm not particularly as worried about doing that because he'll 1-for-1 himself. I think I still want to wait for his end step to do it, though. Also, apparently forgets that I have several cards that bounce things in my deck. Guy's pain in the ass. Hey, it's also a pain in the ass. Let's mill you. Get a land. Oh, it's a silent departure. Let's silently depart my guy. Drop that Bonds of Faith. And he's down to 2 cards in his hand, so I think he's kind of just all in. If he has a burn spell for my Mind Shrieker, I think my 4 cards are still somewhat superior. Plus I can bounce a creature from my graveyard. So I'm happy with that. Alright, we do flies now. Let's play a swamp, and I'm going to attack him at all. I think he's just got a block. Play a swamp and a Deranged Assistant. He has burn. I can still try to make my Mind Shrieker large. It's possible I can get up to a 4/4 or 5/5 with it. If it was a 4/4, I'd be hesitant to block his Iron Fang. 5/5, I'd be less hesitant. That's pretty sweet. Don't think I'm going to save my Mind Shrieker. I don't know why I was going to mill myself there. But I got another Iron Fang, so that's alright. couple blockers. Oh, I still have green mana. Let's bounce your dude. Mulch in the graveyard. 3, 4, 5. Bye-bye. Oh, there's the Devils. He's offering a lot of threats from here. Makes his Devils fly, and then I think I'm essentially screwed. I don't know if he doesn't do that. If he casts some spells instead, I can block him with a Viper. But I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's going to get into the Maw Hell back, and it is going to be nuts. I think I'm pretty much just screwed at this point. Well, if he gets Maw back, which he will, he blows my guy up during his main phase. Blows my forest up, I'm assuming. Don't really see many outs to that. Let's flow some green mana. Sure. Too bad mana doesn't stick around from phase to phase. Alright, you're a dick. Cast me some Ambush Viper. Alright, Strongu. Yeah, what's up, Charmbreaker Devils? Come at me, bro. Oh, an island. Nothing to flashback. Wah, wah, wah. So, I think I concede, because he just gets his backer returned and I have no out. Well, no, that's true. I could draw the thing that makes him a sacrifice creature, so let's see if I can do that. Try to stay alive until then. He also could potentially time out. Worth noting. Yeah, Chabra. Sweet. You cast into the Maw of Hell return. So this has to be Blood Tribute, whatever that card is, or else I die. Yeah, I die. Well, maybe I can time out. Take 8. Make him kill me, right? Make him just being a dick. Stranger things have happened. Maybe he'll get disconnected. I don't know. So enjoy his MTGO. Wolfie. Can't cast into the Maw of Hell. Seems like a mistake. He knows I have it. Lantern Spirit can block, I guess. Personally, last turn if I were him, I would mod my swamp and come at me for 8. All of these things are fine. My outs have been severely diminished. Yes, 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 yes. We'll gladly trade here, I suppose, and take one. Oh, how I long for pre-M10 rules. I have 2. I need to gain toughness. Oh well. I'm not a swamp. Doesn't get me anywhere. I'm dead if he swings, but maybe he won't. Maybe he'll get disconnected. Go to 4. Go to 3. Go to 2. Oh, spider spawning, I can't cast you. Now I'm definitely dead. I'll just concede it. Welcome back to round 2 of blue-green splash black know yourself deck. Not a bad hand. Anything with Mind Shrieker and Mana the Gas in the second turn is a good hand. Lost the first round, obviously. Don't know if I made any huge mistakes. The third game, first game I definitely did. But I think I'm just kind of the opinion that that blue-green Know Yourself deck is more of like a cute sort of fad thing. Maybe if you're getting bored of triple Innistrad in a couple of months, you can draft it just to kind of have a breath of fresh air. I just don't think it's consistent enough or powerful enough to really win against some solid competition. However, my experience level with it isn't as extensive as others might have been. Just don't really think I like the deck that much. Still not sure whether I want to Mind Shriek him or myself. I think it's got to be him. He's got Burnout, so I have to fear the Geist Flame. So I think I'm going to just attack him for 1 for now and save some mana to keep my Mind Shrieker open. Until he starts playing other threats, Mind Shrieker is going to dominate the board. Geist Flame's totally playable card. Definitely a riser since I first saw it pre-release. Pretty reasonable to assume he has one or various other removal. So instead of milling him and dealing extra damage, just gonna play it safe, keep my Mind Shrieker alive, and do it during his end step. Now if he had a Geist Flame, which he doesn't. And I'm gonna draw land, so that's a bummer. You must have a threat now. Panic Juggernaut. Don't really think the Juggernaut is particularly awesome. That's a land. I'll take it. Still don't want to. Maybe I want to Mind Shrieker him now. Yeah, let's do it now. And a mountain. I'll take 5 from a Juggernaut and then try not to have any creatures die. Okie dokie, artichoke. 15. Life is plentiful resource in Magic the Gathering. That guy. Guy's okay. Let's get something other than a mountain or a swamp. Like a Geist Flame. Well, there it is. So now I know he has it. Tribute to Hunger, not too useful right now. Armored Scab trades with a snake, untaps the Viper. Silent Departure, I think, is the play. And mill him for a couple. And get another swamp. Then we'll depart his snake and be good with that turn. Wasn't particularly advantageous, but definitely some tempo. Uh-oh. That guy. Well, familiar again. Or I could have cast my Viper. Life is quite the expendable resource, especially with Knot of the Bone. Don't really mind taking 5, going to 10. And I can also tribute to Hunger him to gain some life. He doesn't cast another creature. Which he is, I guess. That sucks. But the Scab blocks it just fine. So I will cast him. And then save my Ambush Viper, maybe something else. Instead of casting Drainage Assistant. My graveyard's getting a little relevant here. Bunch of creatures in there. Would have rather drawn that Mulch. What you got, homeboy? That's fine. This is an instant too, worth noting. Don't think I really want to Claustrophobia anything because it's Tribute to Hunger in hand. I'd rather get value out of that. I think I can block and Viper this, and then Tribute to Hunger this, and then have a pretty advantageous turn. I don't really see myself casting much. Assuming he's going to attack into me. I guess he could even Geist Flame my Scab before regular damage. That's also okay. Or he could Geist Flame my Viper, which again is okay. Stops him for a turn. And another creature in my graveyard is always fine with me. Or if he wants to trade, I can do that. Bunch of creatures. Tribute to Hunger, not looking so sweet. Deadweight, however, is, let's see, Claustrophobia. I could deadweight his Vampire, chump his Wolf, block his Snake, take another 5. I want to do that. Can't Claustrophobia anything. Play the Range Assistant or the Spirit. I think I want to deadweight this guy as I'm getting life. Try to block his Wolf here, maybe go to 5 and hope to draw the Knot of the Bone and hope he's out of gas. And then in this case, I'm going to play a spell. I think I'm going to play the Derange Assistant because it doesn't matter with the Lander Spirit at this point. I can maybe bluff another Snake. Attack. creatures at this point, buddy. But this guy's definitely becoming a nuisance. Just need to get him down to one creature. That guy's flame in there. Guy's already untapped. So I can go to 2. Not gonna do it. Alright, I will block this dude and go to 5. Drawing a swamp would be pretty sweet. Or I could flash back. Silent Departure. I have 8 mana. The only thing to flash back is Silent Departure. I could Corpse Lunge this guy, contribute Hunger him, and he sacrifices this guy, and I go to 1. That's not very sweet. Corpse Lunge deals the damage. If the creature dealt the damage, that would be better. Can chump block and do nothing else if I play this guy. I have 5 mana. Silent Departure, the Juggernaut, and go to 2. Not really something I want to do. Not looking too good. Can live a turn. What does that get me? Chump blocking doesn't seem good. Gaining life doesn't seem good. Corpse lunging, however, does, but I can't do it to this guy. So I think I just need to Silent Departure him and try to live a turn. Maybe draw another swamp? Who knows? Oh, Mind Shrieker, we barely knew ye. So fragile, such a target for removal. Juggernaut, Swamp. Guy's Flame. Flashback, Guy's Flame. Yes, maybe, maybe. Huzzah. This is a swamp, I'm a freak. Okay, good. Well, that didn't go very well. Yeah, let's try it. This is a pretty good hand. If you can't win this game with this hand, it's the worst Magic player ever, or this deck is just shit. Always yield. Do you want to reveal that? No, I don't. So I really got to fear the Guy's Flame now. Maybe like a 4 mana to cast the Shrieker. Seems like a prudent sort of move. So we'll see if I can bait him with this guy maybe next turn. Might be a lesson to learn is if you have Mind Shrieker, wait to cast him in the later turns to where you have ample enough mana to back him up. I do not want to reveal that card. I also do not want to cast it because I have a 1/4 butt. A bunch of lands, one of my swamps, 4 lands, and one of them being a swamp and a forest. So, that was actually okay. Drawing a forest this turn would be not bad. Or flipping my Delver would be not bad. All possibilities. That dude, he's a pretty sweet target for deadweights, lifelink. Actually, I don't know. I don't really mind him gaining 3 life. He's not probably going to be attacked anytime soon. A forest. I do not want to reveal that card. Going to 22 isn't really the worst thing for me. And casting Mind Trigger now might be good. I don't really foresee him attacking, and if he has some burn, I can pump the Mind Shrieker. Can't cast it twice because he's tapped out now, so let's save some mana for the spider, or for the snake, and cast some Shrieker. Not going to attack. Even now at this point, with 2 mana open, a 4 mana hand, I still feel a little shaky about having the Shrieker out. Just want to protect it at all costs. That is quite alright. This card is shitty. Costs so much mana and it's so fragile. And I see people playing it a lot. I just don't think it's very good. Ooh, that's pretty bomby. I do not want to reveal that, no. So I can save some mana to Shriek, I can Claustrophobia, I can Deadweight, or I can Forbidden Alchemy. I think Deadweighting the snake is the way to go. Or I can trade with it. Attacking with the Mind Shrieker is beneficial. Not going to bump him. And as you see, last game, if I let 5 power guys get out of control, the game can go sour very fast. So I'm just going to deal with the snake right away. I'm assuming he's got some double red casting cost stuff in his hand. That's okay too. Let's continue to shriek him. Might have cast Forbidden Alchemy there, might have been better. Try to be a little proactive here. Don't want to reveal that. And I got a lot of mana out. I think I'm going to save 5 to Shriek and Alchemy during his end step. Or maybe I should Alchemy now and not flip this guy. Let's attack first. And we'll Alchemy right now. Civilized Delver Island. Well, I already have. I think I gotta take the Delver. The Scholar's not bad, but the potential of having 2-3 power flyers out there is pretty appealing. And at this point, when I'm kind of winning the race, I'm not too upset about that. That's okay if he wants to equip something. 4/3 hexproof is pretty good. You attack? Ooh, you are. You tapped out though. It's a snake! Oh, it's a snake! Bam. Ambush Viper out of nowhere. Need some life. It's cool though. What is it? What is it? Man, how did you not see the Ambush Viper? The green mana open. Do I want to reveal my island? Nope. I'll play my island though. Still not afraid of anything he has out there, so I'm going to just go ahead and swing on in. I can mill him now and still have 2 mana open. Let's mill him now. Bam, get some removal, son. Play me some Delver. So now hitting an instant or sorcery, I think it's essentially game. Famous last words, knock on wood. But he's got quite a few threats he's going to have to deal with if I do flip them. And with claustrophobia in hand, I'm not really worried about any, even if this guy gets large, I'm not worried about it. A 3/3 Flame Fiend guy is fine. Good luck with Scab and lose it. Don't really care to do that, so I'm going to take 3. This mask is a bitch when you get into play, but I think it's a little too cost effective to be really too powerful of a card. 5 mana to use it. Not quite the most efficient card. But he's got it active, so that's an auto the bone. So I'll reveal that and flip some dudes. What's up? Yeah. Alright. Auto the bone. This race isn't looking good for you, buddy. So we'll swing in, and then we will mill him before combat damage. 6/6. That was quite the hit. Takes much pain. Dead on board. There you go. Delver Secret's quite the bombastic card. Just got to hit with it early. If you miss with it a bunch, pretty underwhelming. But I've seen triple Delver Secrets get flipped early game, and it's just game over. Obviously. So that worked out better, casting the Mind Shrieker later in the game as opposed to earlier on second turn. Just having the mana open to protect it every time. I'm assuming 3 or 4 cards in his hand and end the game, I think. So I'm assuming he has something to potentially deal with it. You know, at the point where he can amass multiple cards to deal with it, because that's what he needed. He had the double Delver to deal with as well. So I think that situation is going to be fairly common. I'm kind of stoked on casting Delver on 4th turn as opposed, not Delver, Mind Shrieker on 4th turn as opposed to 2nd turn. I think that was a preferential thing. This guy AFK. Alright, we're back. 1st turn Delver, 2nd turn Assistant with a Spider spawning in hand. Seems pretty good. Don't really want a mulligan. Fairly sure I'll get into a forest here at some point. Delver. Haven't had a chance to cast Spider Spawning for tremendous value. Pretty situational. I think the Viper and Delvers make Spider Spawning all the better because they get in the graveyard easier. So I think when you're trying to draft Spider Spawnings, you really want to get an excess of Delvers and Ambush Vipers. Just really cheap valued cards. Like this card's Delver's going to be a magnet for removal every time. Maybe he's thinking about guys flaming it right now. I don't know, but you know, if you can ever have your opponent spend his removal on your early spells or early creatures, or trade your early creatures like the Viper for their creatures of any size, really, and then get value for it later with Spider Spawning, it's such a beatdown. One of the more, I think, underappreciated mechanics in Magic, especially for people who are newer. I think one of the reasons why the pros are pros is because that they can get most of the value for their cards, and just being able to 2-for-1 your opponent once, if you're 1-for-1ing your opponent the whole game and he's 1-for-1ing you, that 2-for-1 is going to be what you need to put you over the edge. If 2 really skilled players playing against each other, you can probably safely assume that no one's going to make any mistakes or any serious mistakes, so any edge you can get is preferable, is what's going to probably put you over the edge. But getting that value, like I said earlier, with trading with an Ambush Viper and then getting more creatures from it with the Spider Spawning, that's just so efficient. Not quite sure what's going on here. far as the rest of the cards go, the assistant has been okay. I think it's obviously the enabler that accelerates you. Not quite very overwhelming. Don't want to reveal that card. I will play it though. Might as well attack. Got some removal, probably used it already. Play my assistant. So a forest now on this next draw wouldn't be bad because I can accelerate into this guy, who's also somewhat underwhelming. But if left unchecked, gets to dominate the board quite easily. Just the absence of not being able to use combat tricks and stuff on him. Pretty underrated card, but I think they mentioned this in the Innistrad spoiler. Oh, there it is. That the older card Algigarial was quite the house, and this is not necessarily strictly better Algigarial, but I guess hexproof is relevant in some terms. Let's see. Do I want to get cards in my graveyard? I'd rather just attack him. Do some early damage. Algigarial, like I was saying, was quite a house, and the fact that it's hexproof over Shroud is obviously relevant. Put some equipment stuff on him. But just not being able to deal with him in removal is just such a beating. Grasp is quite okay. I'm not doing anything really sweet here. Bring in some spirit. He's trying to race me with the vampire. But this is where sensory deprivation comes in handy. Because now your dude is worthless. This card is, I think, a riser in my book. It's definitely getting way better. Mentioned before, I'm not sure if it was this video or the last one, that the fact that he does not actually have the flying keyword is quite relevant. Misses on the Scarecrow, which is a fairly common interaction, and obviously a 2-power evasion guy is always something you want. Mind Shrieker. Let's see. Could trade with this guy and then not bounce anything. But I could cast Mind Shrieker. Where does that get me? Attacking is the right move. Putting this guy on top of the library, I think, is going to be the play. Although I could take him and then bounce him in the Mind Shrieker. Do I really care about that card now? I think I'm just going to go for the tempo. 2, 3, 4. And grasp him back. Slow down a turn. Snake, oh, it's a snake. And bring in the spirit. I have him at a disadvantage. Hit with this, 2 hits with this, he'll still be behind. I'm going to cast the Mind Shrieker. Lost my dead weight. That's not good. But I can potentially get him big enough to block this guy. Gotta get him to a 7 toughness. Remembering his Geist Flame. Oof, that sucks. Well, let's mill you for a little bit, huh? Get a Hound. And something else, right? A mountain. Mind Shrieker, so long. think now is the point where I need to draw a forest to get this guy out in order to maybe get him large enough to block that guy. Island, not what I'm looking for. I have 1, 2 creatures in the graveyard. Potentially worth spider spawning at this point. You can block both their guys effectively. Let's try it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Spider spawn. Got another Delver, so I get 3 spiders. That's not bad. Don't get fooled with the Ashmouth Hound, blocking with a 1 toughness guy. Kind of embarrassing. Ashmouth Hound just kills it right away, but fortunately my spiders have 2 toughness. Very relevant. I'm dealing with repowered guys with first strike, as you saw earlier, and Ashmouth Hounds. I will gladly trade both these guys for some spiders. Here's Guy's Flame to flashback. Doesn't kill anything, like I said, so I can double block the Hound. I want a single block here, so I double block the Hound. He Guy's Flame, deals the damage, kills 1, and then the other one trades. I think I need a double block. Really wish I had. Oh, you can kill 1. That triggers twice. No, that's news to me. Well, learn something new every day. Ashmouth Hound, definitely a riser in my book. Having the Lumber Knot out now would be quite sweet. But with several cards in my graveyard, a flashback and an evasion creature and a life advantage on the board. Down some cards in hand. Not doing so bad. You can kill off a spider and still trades. But he can't target it, so he can still kill off a spider if he flashes back his thing, his Guy's Flame, which is okay. So I think he's going to trade for that Hound either way. But if I cost 7 to flash back, so I can definitely flash it back. Get 3 more dudes. Okay. 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 Que mas, hombre. Is that any more? Ouch! Bodacious Banshee. Forest. I can afford to take a hit from the Banshee, get my dude out, and maybe make a spider spawning stronger. Let's try that. Got Forbidden Alchemy in the graveyard. Not the worst. Still looking to make a better spider spawner. Can take a couple hits from the Banshee, cast some Alchemy, maybe get some more guys in the graveyard. Depending on what he casts, if he gets some ridiculous tempo out there, could be screwed. The thing about the Moorcrop Banshees doesn't fly. That's okay, seeing as I'll probably be killing that guy by blocking. You want to put on your Vampire? No, I didn't think so. This is also okay. So I could take 3 hits from him. It's fine. 2 cards in hand and a Geist Flame in his yard. The thing about this deck is it definitely makes games long. No quick kills here. Do 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 do. Like the Morcrit Banshee, haven't got to play with it or against it a lot. Obviously, pretty powerful card. This is kind of like a poor man's skin render. Morbid is an ability I'm not too impressed with. In this situation, it wasn't really that awesome for him. How do you take 5? And draw out. Get more land out here. He's tapped out. He can block with this guy. I'm not worried about any tricks. Don't think I'm planning on blocking with my Umbrenaut. So I think next turn I jump here, do some mana in response to Forbidden Alchemy, some more dudes in the graveyard, and then Spider Spawn on my next turn and get a bunch of dudes. Then they all die and Umbrenaut gets large. Cool, you saved yourself a life. Okay, my guy gets bigger. Attacks with the Banshee. Block. Cast Instance Sorceries, or Instance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Forbidden Alchemy. I'll take the Scab, I guess. The Scab in the graveyard. The cast the Scab, how much does this cost? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't cast it. Maybe I just want a land and put another Scab in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys. It's pretty good. Let's take the Scab. That's better. Too bad those are all lands. I think I can still chump block the guy. I don't even have Spider Spawn yet. Okay, for strike, pretty sweet. Tribute to Hunger, also pretty sweet. That makes things different because I can cast this guy, maybe block somebody, and then Tribute to Hunger is an instant. Bunch more dudes. Oh, even better. Can silent departure him next turn if he doesn't cast anything, and then Tribute to Hunger him. Yeah, not bad. I think I hold tight. Just kind of got to stay alive here at this point. I think if I can get some serious value out of Tribute to Hunger. Re-equipping. I don't think so. Well, I do think so. On your sponsor do that. I can do this as an instant. It's fine. So give this guy first strike. Maybe he re-equips during his end step. I don't know. Give this guy first strike, and I can't bounce him. So let's think here. I could do this, have him sack a creature before damage, and block. I'm happy with him sacking either of these creatures. So, it seems like a play. Gain some life. Make my Lumber Root bigger. Get a Scab in my graveyard. I want to take 4. Get my guy to a 4/4. Okay. I think I block and get my Spider Spawn larger. And my Umbrenaut. Now Umbrenaut's getting let out of control. Mix that with a gajillion spiders, and you have recipe for success. That guy is a bitch, and I'll take him. Corpse Lunge, pretty sweet. Don't want to cast it before spider spawning. Attacking. Can block and deal 8 damage. I get a million spiders. He can still do nothing really advantageous. So let's attack. He can't target my guy anyways. 5, and let's get a gajillion spiders. This is where spider spawning comes in handy. Now, next turn I can still Corpse Lunge and bounce a bunch of stuff and have a huge lumber knot and have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spiders. And it's good. That's usually what spider spawning does. So, okay, welcome back. Green Blue Mill, round 3, game 1. This is probably the worst hand I've had so far. But I'm thinking of mulligan it. Scob, such good early defense, and activator. Plus, I'm not looking to get mana screwed at any point. So, deck's really a slow deck, so I think I'm gonna stick with it. That helps as well. No second turn drop. Fine with that. Corpse Lunge, not really want to see. Haven't had a chance to cast that yet. Could cast the last game. Didn't need to. That's pretty sweet. The guy's also pretty sweet. So I think I'm gonna cast him. I'm not worried about instant speed removal here. Blue, white, green, and Bant. So I don't have any problem tapping out. For my Shrieker, get him to a 3/3, gladly block. Which I did. So he can pump his guys though, however. Something to think about. Not gonna risk it. I think too. Let's see, I think probably Claustrophobia, this dude. 1, 2, 3. Pretty tempo based. And then swing through with this dude since I'm not going to block. Mill. Opponent's actually a rapid player. First time today, kind of throwing me off my game. Butcher's Cleaver. That's okay as long as he doesn't have any humans. Still wouldn't mind drawing black mana. And we'll save some mana up to cast the Forbidden Alchemy. If he wants to put the Butcher's Cleaver and swing in with this guy, that's fine by me. Well, that's also kind of okay. Swamp! And then get some stuff that's good into my graveyard. Cast this. So I don't know if I want a Corpse Lunge or straight kill him. I think I'm going to straight kill him since this Corpse Lunge is a little more versatile. 3. Give me some scabs. Always yield. And let's move this guy. I've been noticing I don't really F6 a lot. Kind of messed up a lot on F6. I think I can play fast enough for just clicking OK. More of an actual cardboard card kind of guy. No thanks. Nothing really enjoyable to cast here, so let's fucking attack, huh? Some bounce in my graveyard, some forbidden alchemy, some armored scabs. I want to mill him. Now let's cast forbidden alchemy. Got enough mana? 7. Nope. Alright. Reveal Forest. Nope. I can sell a departure in my own dude. Seems like a plan. Feign a Viper. Ah, I'm an idiot. Should say to blue. Oh well, I'm far enough ahead. Drawing nothing advantageous. So what happens when you play fast? You get sloppy. An island. Army of 1 power guys going the distance here. If he was put in a fight, that mistake last turn would have been a bad one. But he was screwed. Mana flooded. Deck was alright then. Pretty happy. Milling some stuff. Got some value in the graveyard. This hand is okay. Maybe I can actually cast Tribute to Hunger for value here this turn. He mulliganed. This guy's deck does not like him. God, not all black cards. I think playing the black cards actually might have been a mistake in this deck. Just haven't really been that useful for me. Impeccable timing, Delver of Secrets. Kidoki Artichoke. Cards is just fine. Always yield? No thanks. Get me some islands. Get me some armored scabs. Always yield. No tax. What do we get here? Lantern Spirit. Oh, Mind Shrieker. Too bad. Oh. La-ti-da. Flash it back. Ooh. Value Town for Tribute to Hunger. I'm gonna deal with these guys here. Take 8, maybe? I'm gonna take 8 and go to 10? Doesn't seem good. Try double blocking and then use this next turn. Shimmer's like a better plan. Nope. Claustrophobia 1. And kill 1 this turn. I'm going to do it the other way around. Because he's got another one. Swing through would be good. I take another 4. Gain 4. So net 0 life. Let's try it. This might be a little brazen. Sneak through 2 damage through. But I need damage in a pinch. Since I'm going to be net equal life this turn. He has another travel preparations, which he does not, apparently. Okay, sacrifice some dudes. I assume you're this guy. No, maybe he wants to save it because of enchantments. Did not. That's actually cool because I do have an enchantment. Milling himself. I like your style. Creature card at random. Getting back some dudes. That's poor. Spider spawn? Can't spider spawn. Claustrophobia doesn't do me any good. Not in my graveyard. Blow our stuff up with. Everything's got some sweet toughness. Okie dokie. Have him cast his Fox and then blow it up with Corpse Lunge and Claustrophobia, his Occultist. Travel Preparations, perhaps. Let's block here, and then we want to go to 6. Yeah, let's try to go to 6. Could be risky. It's a fox. Oh, it's a fox. Okie dokie. A card in my graveyard. Let's get Spirit. Okay, you know yourself again? Nice. Nope. I think so. Claustrophobia, this guy, since he's large. We're going to save some blockers. Maybe attack with the 1/1 Delver? Because this guy gets to be a something good. He's a human, so I want to kill him. Definitely playing for the Spider spawning. Not of the Bone finish here. You can 2-for-1 me and gain 5 life. But I need to do it. Some dudes in the graveyard. Another fox. If I show him Spider spawning, he has a death touch. Be pretty sweet. I can get 1, 2, 3 dudes. I don't think so. Yeah, let's go to the next game. Apparently this deck cannot win 2 games in a round. Woo. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's play some islands. I don't really need the Scholar to accelerate anything, so I think I'll just mulch. Or maybe I need to get some cards in my hand. Let's play the Assistant. Mulch it up. Put a land card in my hand. Put some cards in my yard. Done. I already have a Sonic Departure there. The human deck with Butcher's Cleaver. Oof. Alright, 2-3. I'm gonna swing in here and then activate once and then play a Scab, I guess. Use a Millen. Take 6. Bam. So much bounce in my graveyard. It's kind of sweet. Why don't you flash back your travel preparations and I'll value town you. Flashback. See bounce cards in my graveyard. You can see them. Oh, think better of it. Ooh, Bonds of Faith. Mulch. Oh, so long bunch of dudes. Island. Bounce my own guy for 5. Or Civilized Scholar, and he has 3/3, and I take that other 3/3. Well, I think I'll do it to bounce my own guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess. One more. Nope, okay, nope, I want to do this one. Undo. I've already played land this turn, haven't I? Yeah. Flashback on this dude. And I'm still at 15. So, why don't you flashback shell preparations? That sorcery speed is worth noting. And I can Grasp of Phantasms you. Also worth keeping this guy off. Gassed off Howler. Thinking about doing it. Okay. I don't have claustrophobia. Don't worry about that. There it is. Waiting for that. You're gonna take 4. Oh, don't want to pass my blockers. Like I just did, like an idiot. That's why I hate MTGO. Now what? Grasp is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can still do that and be okay. Top of the library. I don't have enough mana to do it. Don't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know enough mana to do it. Alright, something different then. Let's not concede the game. I'll make mistake after mistake. Still 3 in my pool apparently. Can't undo this. Cast some Armored Scab, I guess. What did I get? Anything sweet? And this guy. And I just fucked that up royally. Well, not a good draft video. Okay. I wish I blocked that guy last turn. This is why I vastly prefer playing cardboard Magic to regular Magic. Ooh, that guy's large now. Let's make some blocks. 4. Spectral Rider. Ooh, Spider Spawning. Spider Spawning is pretty useful for me now, although I'm going to take 2 from this guy no matter what. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in my yard. I can maybe get 7, and then I can block everything. I don't think I can kill anything though, unfortunately. That flies. Well, I guess I can. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Save some mana to cast this. Got Forbidden Alchemy, Spider Spawn, whole bunch of dudes. And let's pass turn. Not sure how I'm going to deal with that. He can make it. He can deal me 3 to 1. If he taps out, I can do him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, can't kill him. He's gonna bring that guy. That is what I thought. Exile target card from a graveyard. Pretty sweet. So long Spider Spawning. This guy I don't think is gonna cast you next turn. Forest. You can grasp that guy, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flashback targeting you. And attacking doesn't net me anything. I think I gotta draw some removal for that guy next turn. A white card or something else? An artifact? Sacrifices Fox to do it and deal me 2. Well, let's do this. Maybe I can get a green card in my graveyard. Oh, that would have been sweet. Damn it. I guess I need it for Forbidden Alchemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oop. I have 1, 2, 5, 6. Why can I flash this back? This costs 7. Alright. Flashback. Knot of the Bone and a dead weight with nothing to do. Well, if I live a turn, which I don't think I can, you're right. Let's take the dead weight, I guess. All the shit in my graveyard. Have more mana. Don't have any mana. So, pretty much screwed. There you go. And Intimidate does it again. Can't block. Well, that could have gone in any number of different ways, but it went the way it did. Made a couple mistakes. Last game, obviously, MTGO clicked me past, blocking his other dude. Who went 3 life and could have potentially dealt with the Spectral Rider, so that's my excuse. Still doesn't really change the fact that I don't think that green-blue Mill Yourself deck is particularly viable. Don't think I'll be drafting it too much in the future. Maybe if I want to get silly, like I said earlier. Maybe in real life too, it might be more applicable because I won't make mistakes based on MTGO. Okay, everyone, thanks for watching. I'll try to do better next time. MTGO East-West Draftcast. This is Spencer, signing off.